Hey there guys, how you doing? It's Drew here, and today is day number 102, and we're just going to jump right into this, guys. I am going to have to talk about in this video something that is a little bit awkward to talk about, a little bit strange to talk about, but it needs to be talked about because, as I say, I like to talk about everything. First off, because you can actually see my account and I show everything in these videos and stuff. But for those people out there that you want to get involved with the Traiex company and maybe promote it or whatever, I had something happen to me yesterday that was very, very strange. I knew about it before I made yesterday's video, but I needed to confirm exactly what happened. So I ended up actually losing a referral, like my first line referral, and then that guy had a team, I think of 2 people. So not a big team, but like 3 people from my structure basically just disappeared yesterday. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? So then I thought it was just a glitch or error with my account. So then I contacted my sponsor, who can see my team as well, right? Because I've joined him. So I'm his first line basically, right? And I asked him, hey, are you missing like 2 or 3 people from your team? Like, what's going on? And then he said, yeah, I am missing some people. And then he said to me, like, just contact the support. It's probably some glitch or something happened or whatever. So then I messaged the support. They said to me, oh, I have to figure out who that person is that I'm missing. And I'm like, how do I do that? How would I even figure out like who is missing type thing, right? So I kind of, at that moment, I was kind of like, okay, the whole day thinking, I got nothing done yesterday, guys. I didn't go to the gym. I didn't do anything. Like, I basically wasted about 6 hours trying to figure out like who is missing from my team. Like, who are these? I didn't even know if it was like 2 of my first lines or 1 of my first lines. And then if they had a team, all those people would be missing as well. So what ended up happening was I had a guy under me that, I'm not going to say any names or usernames or anything like that, because if he watches this video, he'll look like a real idiot. But I had a guy under me contact me about 2 weeks ago and say, hey, I'm having some financial problems. You guys know that you can't sell, like, you can't get a refund for your bot. So he had bought the $500 bot, and then he, I don't know, months later or whatever, decided like, oh, I need money really, really bad or something. And he had come to me and said, hey, can you sell my account for me? And he said he wanted to sell the account for like how much was in it, basically. And I said, well, like, no one's going to, like, I basically told him no one's going to buy your account for how much the value of it is. Like, doesn't even make sense. They're just going to open up their own account, right? And then, so that was basically it. And, I couldn't find a buyer. Like I said, I would try for him. I talked to one guy and the guy was like, there's no point doing that. Like, I'll just go open my own account. He ended up opening his own account anyway. So I couldn't find him a buyer for his account. I'll always try, guys. If someone comes to me with a question or whatever, I'll always try, but that's kind of an impossible one to sell something which you're not giving anyone a discount for. So why would they even buy? That's kind of a weird one, right? So then anyways, he went to another member of Traiex, like another leader in Traiex, and said the same thing. But I guess he said to the guy, like, I guess he said he'd sell it cheaper or something, because the guy found a buyer for his account. And that leader, I guess, knows someone high up in the company, that higher than me, I'll say, right? I don't know who it is, the leader. But he actually talked the company into moving that account to his team. So I don't know, guys. I think that's kind of a weird thing to happen. Like, this guy joined my team, built a team under me, not a big team, I think 2 or 3 people. And then the company moved that team from under me to somebody else without telling me. And I'm sitting there thinking, holy shit, I'm missing like 2 to 3 people here in my team. What's going on? And I even contacted the support and I was like, what's going on here? Of course, there's like 13, 14 support people. So they don't know what the heck, they don't know, right? They're just like, oh, you have to figure out who's missing, because I guess they can't. How I actually figured it out, guys, was I went to my YouTube channel. Remember that video I made? This one right here, this video right here. So it was 1 hour and 20 minutes. I sent every act. So if I didn't make this video, guys, I would never be able to figure all this out. So I watched the whole video, and in this video, I went and I actually created which is in the Facebook group, or sorry, the Telegram group, this list here. So luckily, I put everyone's username that was active 7 days ago. Okay, so 7 days ago, this was everyone that was active 7 days ago. And that guy was like, I think he was within the first 10 people that had joined me in Traiex. So I knew definitely that the missing people or whatever, they're in this list here. So I went, and basically what I did was I went to my careers page, and then I just searched through here, through the search, every single username. It took me, a very long time to do. It probably took me an hour and a half to do it. It's basically the same thing I was doing in the video here. Just looking up people and stuff like that. Had to look into their teams and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, guys, it took me a very long time. So that's how I figured out who was missing. And then I messaged that person and I said like, hey, like, I want to tell you what's going on here. You're no longer on my team. I don't really know 100% why or anything like that. So then he didn't respond back to me because I guess he was kind of ashamed or embarrassed or whatever. And then I messaged him again and I just said to him, like, I forget exactly what I said to him, but along the lines of like, hey, I just want to explain like why you're not on my team anymore. Because originally I was thinking he's going to be really, really mad. Maybe he doesn't even know that he's not on my team anymore, right? But then he said to me, yeah, and he told me about that this other guy could sell his account and all this stuff. And I was like, okay, which then this here went up by 1,000. I think it was like $1,090 or something like that. So it went up. This used to be 2 days ago, guys. This was at $4,200, I believe, or something like that, $4,100 or $4,200. And so now it's went up $1,000, which really sucks because, I was getting close to my $2,000 bonus, but things happen, right? Just means I got to do an extra $1,000 in sales if I want to think about it in that way, right? So there's that part of it. And then the other part that I think like, oh, that kind of sucks is that, all the support I put into answering this guy's questions and, like I could show you the messaging, guys. And there's probably like at least 3 hours of support that I gave this guy, like answering his questions, talking to him, all that kind of stuff. And then the system goes and gives him to somebody else, which is kind of crazy. But I want to say this is that I did get commission from the sales of, his, like I got the, whatever I got at that time. It's probably, the commission level would have been at the start. So it might have been 10%. That I got from him. Where's the thing here? Yeah, so it was either 10 to 14% what I would have gotten from him for commission. And probably maybe the sales he made was probably 14%. So I would have got maybe 8% for those sales there. Because I probably would have been at 14% by the time he brought in people as well. So I did get commission from the sales guys. I don't want you guys to think like, oh, everything was taken from your account there from that structure that the company basically just pulled from you, which is crazy. So yeah, I just want to put that out there, guys. And that kind of stuff can happen in network marketing. Like if someone knows somebody high up or whatever, deals can be made and there's nothing really you can do about it, right? If you're just the little guy. So, okay. So anyways, let's go here. Let's do this. So we've already got this number here. We've got this number here. So I did some little bit of work here before I started the video. Well, I had started my recording and then I thought, you know what, I better talk about things that happened to me here, or it might, someone might have a question down the road that's like, why didn't you talk about that, right? For instance, if I was to show my members I have there and then all of a sudden they drop the members, that might create a question. Okay, so you can see all this here, guys. Like I've got $12 that I put in there that I've got to take out. I've got 412 that I put in there. You can see my balance is a lot bigger than yesterday, not minus. We got to do plus. So all these guys, and then boop-a-doop-a-doo, the 412. So this is just some earnings that I had in my trading and stuff that I sent over here to add to my deposit amount. The odd time I'll do that, guys, not really though. Most of my accounts built through commissions and the profits and stuff like that, okay? Oh, you know what I got to do? I got to do this. I got to do it this way. Okay, so that's the number there. And then we take this number. So I added to my account 441 yesterday minus this. And then that's what we got to do the calculation with. And there we go. So 650, which that makes sense because that's pretty much where my account was yesterday. Okay, so we got that 650. And then we have to take this number here. We do the exact same thing. So everything's fair, right? So 712302. 7123.02 minus this number here, and then this will be totally fair for our calculation because that 440, you can see I added that like pretty late at night. And there we go. So we've got our two numbers there. That's going to give us, yeah, and that's about right. That's actually, that seems a little bit too high. Anyways, we'll look into this and we'll see. This here. This is definitely going to be, guys, it'll be a little bit in the favor of a higher percentage. Oh, what am I doing? That's the wrong one. Sorry, guys. Once again, today's video is all over the place. So it means I'll be editing a lot here. My account is blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we take this number here and we go like this. We go like this. We go like this, 60, 70, 80. Yeah, that makes sense there. Boom, boom. Then we go like that. Let's look. Okay, $30, yeah. And then, so 0.46% there, which is, I'll say around the average, guys. The average we're seeing here is about 0.50. If you're at 80-20, well, that's what I'm seeing. Every bot is different, right? Okay, so now let's go and let's do the analysis on the token here. So this token is for people that, you know, you're interested in getting through this, the income distribution. So you can see here I'm at 80-20. Cost me 4,000 of these tokens here. Okay, so basically you just buy the tokens and then there'll be a button. Well, you can see the button right there, but mine's already done. You click on that update button and you kind of work your way through here and buy the tokens, right? So for instance, if I had 200 tokens, I would come here, I'd click on the update button, and that would put my 200 tokens into freezing here for 1 month. You know, if I was to buy something and hold it for 12 months, me buying here right now is a great buy. That's what it is, okay? It's not you're going to buy here and then you're going to put a sell up here and it's going to hit there, okay? That's not what we're doing. We're buying the token and we're freezing it in these income distributions here. Okay, so you can see I've got 80-20. Okay, that's what this is about. We have to go to trade history. The bot did do more trades I just saw. So if we refresh this, there's going to be a profit or a loss. There's $29 there. So 29.83. So there's a profitable trade. And because you notice there on the screen, it was trading. And we go over here to trade history. Whew, got a lot of air in my lungs there. Okay, so we're over here in the trade history. And yeah, last trade was a profit. So I think we saw as I was making the video, yeah, we've seen these two trades happen as I was making the video there. I think so, right? 11, is this my time zone? Yeah, so this is my time zone here, 12:15, and it's 12:18 right now. Okay, so we're going to look for the 17th. We're going to go through the trade history. Sorry that talk was so long, guys, about the missing referrals in my account, or active members, I should say, not even referrals. Okay, so there we are on the 17th, and we're looking for the losing trades. I'll just get through this quick, guys. So there's a winner. There's a winner there to the next page, and we've got a winner, 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 and another winner, and then to the next page here, we've got a losing trade. Okay, so start on page number 4. And we've got one losing trade, and we had 2 trades on page number 4. And we've got a winner, 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 And there's another losing trade. So there's 2 losing trades there. And a losing trade basically is the sell is a smaller number than the buy. You can see there, it's like smaller by 19 cents there, right? Okay. Trying to get through this quick for you now. Okay. So there's a winner, there's a losing trade right there. Okay. So that's 3. And then this guy here that's another losing trade right there. So that's 4. And then this guy here is a winning trade. And then to the next page is winner. That's a losing trade right there. Okay, so that's 5. And then this guy's a winner. Next page is that's a losing trade right there. I'm going to edit that out. I thought this was a huge losing trade. It was only 24 cents. I thought it was like around $1. So I was like, oh, this could be our biggest losing trade ever. But I did the math on it. It's only 24 cents. Okay, let's get going here. So I marked that one down. So we've got a winner, and that is considered a losing trade, right? Yes, it is. And that's like a 24-cent one. Okay, so this is 7. The world record so far is 10 for losing trades in a day, guys. And we're at 7 now. So we're definitely not going to hit 10. So we've got winner. Yeah, winner. And then this is a winner here. And then the next page, and we're looking for the 17th, the website or my internet. Something's really slow today. Could be my internet. And then this here is a winner. And then we've got a winner. And then this is a winner here. And then there's the 16th there. Okay, so we've got page 11. And we've got, so yeah, there was only 7 losing trades there. And yesterday's profits was pretty good, wasn't it? I think it was over the average. We've got 1, 2, 3. So we've got 3 trades on that page. So I have to talk about this now. What makes one trade in these videos is different than the actual like reality of what is one trade. A trade is an action, guys. So the first trade would be a buy. The second trade would be a sell. And then this is the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th trade. Okay. How I have to count this to figure out a loss is I have to compare the buy to the sell together. So I'm comparing 2 trades together, which I have to then count 2 trades as one trade, right? In reality, a trader looks at this and they're like, there's 10 trades there. How I have to look at it is there's 5 trades there. Okay. So I go back here. So this would be one page of 5 trades. If it loads, sorry, my internet's so slow. I think it's my internet. It must be. Okay, there we go. 1 trade, 1 page, sorry, 2, 3, 4, 5. There, that's fast. 6. And so there, and then there's 2 trades here. Okay, so 6 times 5 plus 2 plus 3. So 6 times 5 plus 2 plus 3, and then this is going to give us our number, which should be pretty good, 35. So 35 times 2 is 70, right? 35 times 2. So it did 70 trades. So the average amount of trades, guys, I would say is probably 70-ish. It's 70 to 80. The most trades I've ever seen is around 80. The lowest amount of trades I've ever seen is 62 trades. Okay, with a full trading day. Like, we're not talking if the website does maintenance and they put an announcement, hey, we got to do maintenance, and then the bot doesn't trade for 4 hours or whatever. Or I guess that would be the only reason, right? Why you'd have a really low day. Or it just, there's another reason too, is that sorry guys, I just keep on talking about things, don't I? So the other reason why it might not make as many trades is because the market is either crashing down and the bot, it's not safe, so the bot won't trade, or the bot trades long, so it makes money when the price goes up. Or for instance, like if it was the opposite here, like if these are green candles, it was going up. If it's like that and the price action's moving too fast, the bot won't get into a trade because it's like, that's risky, right? If it's either, even if you're trading long, if you're just to jump in the market, if it's going up real fast, it could come down real fast, right? So it won't trade. It trades in a sideways market. So either sideways up, like for instance, like this, or sideways down, or just totally sideways. This is a sideways market. It'll trade in that. Okay. It's most profitable for trading is in actually a market like this, where it's going sideways up, because of course it's going to get in and then most likely the next candle on a 5-minute chart, or within that 5-minute chart, normally within a minute candle, guys, it'll do a buy and a sell, right? Okay. So anyways, that's that. We'll get going here. Sorry about this, guys. This is taking me so freaking long to do. We're going to grab our next command, which is here, and then we're going to do our withdrawal, and then we'll end this video. Okay. So yeah, get to know your sponsor. He's a nut. Okay. Here we go. We'll put this here. Okay. This is our 35 trades, and that's like 2 actions actually, buy and a sell. And then we've got 7. So we've got 7 losses, and I did that all in the video, so you can go and see that. And we're 80% today. So exactly 80. And this is the win rate. So it had 20% of the trades it did were losses, right? They're not actually a loss though. It's just the trading fee that is actually the loss, because if you look at how much my bot is actually trading on there, like you can see this one's $1,991.04. So if it had say if this was a loss here, and we did see in that one trade there, it had a 24-cent loss or something, right? I think there was 2 trades, 24-cent loss that we saw there. If it's 24 cents over here, it'd be a fraction of a cent here, because my account is trading on $2,000, where this is $107,000, right? So it'd be a fraction of a cent here, meaning that the loss is not coming from your actual trade. The bot is breaking even on losing trades, which is crazy when you think about it. And that's why it's so profitable, because it doesn't actually lose. It breaks even. If it doesn't hit its price, when it's coming back down, it sells at basically pretty much where it entered, right? And then this here is the trading fee, which that's where the loss is coming from, because you have to pay a fee to trade. Okay. And as I explained, I don't know if I left this in the video, but I'll just re-say it, I guess, if I end up editing it out, because I talked about it for a while in this video here. I probably will edit it out, because I don't want it to be too long. Like, guys, these videos, when I make them, I just talk about random things that pop in my head that I think this would be good for people to know. And then I edit the video. And normally I try and compact it down to exactly what people want to know, right? And not just like the random things that are popping into my head as I'm talking. Okay. So I talked about the liquidity providers and stuff like that for exchanges for quite a long time. So I probably will end up editing that out. But anyways, liquidity providers are the people that provide, they're companies that provide liquidity to exchanges. Okay. So it's not the exchange's liquidity. This exchange, though, Traiex, does involve their own liquidity in this exchange. They're actually one of the liquidity providers, which is really cool, because, you know, if you look into it, you know that the owner of Traiex is, I don't know if he's a billionaire. I don't think so, but he's like, I think he's worth like 100 and something million or something like that. You can go and Google him and look into it, right? You're going to see a lot of bad things about him just because he owns an online company, but you can see he is like a very, very wealthy person. So he is one of the liquidity providers for this, like him and probably some of his friends or something like that, that they all got wealthy together. Most wealthy people have wealthy friends, right? So liquidity providers, and I know their biggest liquidity provider is out of China. So their liquidity provider, they have to take some of this fee and give it to that liquidity provider, which is not a person, guys. It's a company, right? That supplies liquidity for exchanges. Like, you look into it, Binance has liquidity providers. Bybit has liquidity providers. Every single exchange that you buy and trade on has liquidity providers. Like the stock market has liquidity providers, the Forex market, they'd have liquidity providers for their brokers and stuff, right? So, yeah, I just wanted to explain that, because I know why I'm talking about this is because yesterday I had a member say to me, hey, if there was no fee, imagine how much money we could make in this. And it's kind of like, you know, can you drive a car without gas? Like, well, if it's an EV, you can, but that's a bad example. But you get what I'm saying, right? You know, if you don't eat, well, you live kind of thing, right? There has to be a fee in trading. There's no such thing, guys, as trading without a fee. And if there is no fee, then something's not right. Like, that's kind of, maybe you're not actually trading, right? Kind of thing, okay? Because there has to be a fee, because that's how the exchange makes money. That's how the liquidity that's why they provide liquidity, is because it's a guaranteed income for them if people are trading on their funds, right? Okay. So anyways, that's enough for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We're gonna do one more thing here. Sorry, it was so like I don't think I'm gonna be able to edit this one down that much. So I'm sorry it was so long here, guys. But we're gonna go and we're gonna take this balance here. We're gonna this was the update I wanted to tell you guys, was you don't necessarily need to do this. You don't need to move your deposit balance, or sorry, your earnings profit balance into your deposit balance. You don't need to do that, okay? The reason I do it is because then people can see in these videos that everything is here, okay? And also, the reason why I was doing it before, and I never talked about this kind of stuff, was because the company, after their last update, they made it so our profit balance is it's in trades until we withdraw it. So this is because of the $50 bot, and I believe the $200 bot too, because the $200 bot, you can only put 2,000 in it. Like you can build up to 2,000, meaning that for those people to compound their balance, their profit balance would have to earn. Okay. So the company now is like, you know, your profits balance earns as well. So you don't necessarily have to withdraw your profit balance, guys. I just do it because I can put it in this balance here, and it's good for my content because I'm putting all my commissions in there, right? So if I go and and then when I do a withdrawal over here and I'm withdrawing from my profit balance, like that's the kind of stuff that people like to see, right? Okay. So that's it from me for this video. If you want to join Traiex, you can. There's a link in the video description there. The first link, it'll take you to my page, which has a two-step video series. They'll take you through, and it's not confusing like these videos are. It takes you through setting up your exchange account. It takes you through creating your careers to get the bot here. This is called the careers page, cabinet careers. It'll take you through here, and it'll show you how to set up your bot, high risk Bitcoin, you know, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, and then the purple button below the second video will take you to our team page where all the information there is. There's an orientation video. There's every question you'd have is on that page. There's an answer for it there. Okay. So that's it. And I'll see you guys in another video there. Bye-bye.